Everything that's in the care certificate, I've evidenced in your portfolio. When you're dealing with people and with the vulnerable, communication is absolutely crucial. So listening is a huge part of communication. You need to be very aware of your facial expression, your body language, the tone of your voice, everything. Play. Who can you use play for? Everybody. If you think that everybody has a right to a private life and a family life, your role as support worker is to enable. Confidentiality, very important. You will get into a lot of trouble if confidential information is leaked out. Duty of care, this is it. Okay, that's what it means. This is your duty of care. If somebody is making an unreasonable complaint, listen to what it is that they're really anxious about. If alarm bells are clanging in your ears, then do something about it. Training is only any good if it changes your practice and if you've learned something from it. The law imposes a duty of care on all practitioners, whether they're nurses, student nurses, support workers or doctors. The bottom line is, you are not their friend or their family, you are their carer. You know them better than anybody else, and your role in being their advocate is bigger than anybody else's. You must make sure your documentation is clear, concise, accurate, signed, dated, timed. In your clients' homes, you must make sure that you know where the exits are, that the exits are clear, that you know where the fire extinguishers are, that you know the smoke alarms are working. So you're going to wash your hands here, you're going to wash them there, you're going to wash them there, you're going to do this. Could you put your food on the various shelves that you think it's safe to put them on? Plan yourself a meal on what you'd like to eat.
I'm going to go for a gammon and some veg with some potatoes.
Difficulties that might occur during eating and drinking. People that have had a stroke need their fluids thickened. What else can cause the body to lose fluid? Why might you think somebody had an allergy? So, altered weight state. You might think, let's just keep an eye on what's going in. What do people that know they suffer with anaphylaxis carry with them? An EpiPen. The first thing to do is to check that it's safe for you to go and give help. If you're unconscious, you cannot protect your own airway. So what position do you put them in? Care plans are written as a result of the risk assessments that are done. If you think your client is not able to move themselves or to recognise when they need to move, then they need a risk assessment done on tissue viability. Just because you've been trained in one hoist with another client or in another place, if it's not the same hoist, don't use it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Once more, bend your knees. Okay, push back. That's it. It's part of your code of conduct to encourage independence. And assessments need to be done kind of like constantly because they change. What they could do in the morning, maybe they can't do in the afternoon. What you would share with colleagues is different from what you would share with your friends. You've got to be squeaky clean so that client care is not compromised. So depression is an illness. I think that's important to say straight off. It is an illness, it's not a failure. Bipolar disorder, so extreme mood swings from high joy to the depths of despair. Psychosis is when you perceive or interpret events differently from the people around you. In your role, you're following a social model of disability. You're looking for the way to make things work. Okay, so we've come to the end of the 3 days of your training for the care certificate. Hopefully it's given you a greater understanding of your duty of care, of your code of conduct, of your accountability.
It's all been really interesting, really relevant. I feel like I've learnt a lot and it's all been put forward in a really easy to understand way.
It's what may not seem important is incredibly important, and it's definitely something that I'll take a lot away from.
You're not isolated when you're working on your own, and that there is a group and and you don't feel so secluded.
You are the voice of the client when the client cannot be heard. So thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much.
You are very welcome.